C.W. Johnson Jr. here, folks. It is November 25th, 2017. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, stuffed yourself full of a lot of turkey. Um, I hope you had some good Black Friday shopping and did not get trampled. I did not get to do a lot because I was working all night, but I did manage to go to World Market, Barnes& and Noble, Lifeway, Best Buy, Walmart, pretty much places where they're selling books and DVDs on sale. Um, I hope you all had a good Native American Heritage Day, which was yesterday. A lot of people don't know that the third Friday in November was declared by President George W. Bush to be National Native American Heritage Day, which, as much as I appreciate him signing that into law, I do wish they would find another day to celebrate Native Americans, uh, because it sort of distracts from Thanksgiving, and most people are more concerned with Black Friday than on celebrating Native American heritage and culture on the day after Thanksgiving. So unfortunately, I think they should find a different day, uh, exactly where exactly Native Americans can be celebrated, and not just sort of, hey, we're sorry about Thanksgiving, we're sorry about what the Pilgrims' descendants did to Native Americans. Here, have a holiday on a day that everyone's too busy shopping. So those are my thoughts on the day after Thanksgiving being Native American Heritage Day. Maybe they could make it the first November, or first Monday in November, or second Monday in November. Something, or they could make it April 26th, or 22nd, to the day that the Treaty of Fort Laramie was signed and Red Cloud's War, which I'm still working on that video. Hopefully I should have it up tomorrow, but that was the only war that the Native Americans won against the United States government, and deserves to be a date worth remembering, because it shows Native Americans as victors and not as victims. Uh, so it's beautiful weather outside. Took a great walk out in the woods earlier this morning with my dad. Everything's growing up. The weatherman said that this would be one of the driest falls Louisiana had in a while. It would be one of the driest Septembers and Novembers and Octobers. And the swamps were like, go ahead, make my day. Challenge accepted. There's a sun setting behind me, and the flaming skies of autumn, the pumpkin spice rays of the golden sun are zooming over the fiery, flaming orange leaves of the dying forest. I had to position my camera not to get any of those J.J. Abrams flares coming in here. So anyway, here's what I've been reading and watching this week. See, there's some of those J.J. Abrams flares. They're dying. I guess they had to cut budget on them. Anyway, I finished Scars of Independence, America's Violent Birth by Hauger Hawk. Very interesting book. A lot of great movie ideas. They talk about this filmmaker back during World War One. See if I can find where it talks about him so I can get his name. Anyway, he made Robert Goldenstein. He made a movie called The Spirit of 76 in 1917, and it was very poor timing because it made the British, who were allies during World War One, look bad, because they were massacring American settlers and helping the Native Americans do it. Unfortunately, his freedom of speech was violated, and the film was destroyed, and he went to Germany thinking he would get more freedom there, which, because he was Jewish, did not work out. Unfortunately, there definitely needs to be a movie to remember Robert Goldenstein. I also read Rescued from ISIS, the gripping true story of how a father saved his son, by Dmitry Bonatic, from St. Martin's Press. It's a very fascinating, interesting story about a man from the Belgium, saving his son from the ideology and clutches of the Islamic State of ISIS. Kind of like Taken meets Not Without My Daughter, or The Searchers meets Lone Survivor, or American Sniper. There definitely deserves to be a movie that shows how Nazis are pretty much ISIS is pretty much the Nazis of our time, and make us really think about what's going on over there in Syria and in the Middle East. Because I've been wanting to do a video on the candy bombers and the Berlin airlift, I've been doing a little research, and I read The Candy Bombers, the story of the Berlin airlift's chocolate pilot by Michael O. Tennell. It is from, got it from the Shreveport Library. It is from Charles Bridges Press Publishing. Great little book that introduced kids to the history of the Cold War. Very inspiring story. I've also started Mercedes and the Chocolate Pilot, the true story of the Berlin airlift and the candy that dropped from the sky by Margaret Thes Raven, illustrated by Gilbertson van Frankenhausen. Yeah, I'm sorry for butchering your name. It is from Report. It is from Memorial. Well, I can't find the publishing company. Anyway, it's a good children's book that introduces children to the story of the candy bomber, who I'll get to in a moment. Very inspirational story. It could definitely make a great big budget holiday release film. And great way to introduce children to German history and how we can forgive our enemies and things like that. So that's one book I've been reading. I've also been reading The Candy Bombers, The Untold Story of the Berlin Airlift and America's Finest Hour by Andre Cherney. It is from, I missed my, lost my place. It is from G.P. Putnam Sons from New York. It is about how Gail Haverson, who was inspired to bring candy to the children of Berlin during the Berlin airlift because they valued freedom more than food. So definitely a very inspiring story that Americans need to be reintroduced to, and Halverson is a true American hero that every school child should know, and definitely need to see a big budget holiday release, Christmas Day release of a movie about the candy bombers. And because I've been doing research on the candy bombers, I took a break from listening to, Wilson by A. Scotty Berg, read by Jeremy Bobb. Very long but very interesting biography. I took a break from that, and I was listening to Daring Young Men, Heroism and Triumph of the Berlin Airlift, June 1948, May 1949, by Richard Reeves. Read by Johnny Heller. Very interesting story about a very interesting perspective, inspiring perspective on the Berlin Airlift and learning how to forgive our enemies and fight for freedom in more ways than guns. So I could definitely see maybe Mel Gibson make a movie out of it, but probably more Angelina Jolie maybe she would make a movie based on the Berlin Airlift. Very inspiring story. Haven't really gotten to watch that much. I watched some of Desperate Journey or Dangerous Journey with Errol Flynn and Ronald Reagan last night, World War II morale booster. So that was fun. It was basically the plot of a Call of Duty or Modern Warfare video game. I went to see The Star. Took my two nephews to see that movie. Great Christmas movie. I think the whole family could enjoy it. So that was a great way to start off the Christmas season. And got a big thumbs up from my 9-year-old nephew, so it gets approval. So that's been going on. I cleaned my fingernails from last time, and I'm hoping my rooster tail's gone. So, and hopefully these videos can get better. I hope to see y'all again next week when I talk about what I've been reading and listening to and watching since then. I hope to see Darkest Hour and The Man Who Invented Christmas. Have a great day. God bless.